All right, welcome back everybody to the Tradewaiters podcast, the comic book club where we read a different trade paperback every single week. I'm Daniel, you're Nathan, we're brothers, we read comics.
Yes, we sure do, Daniel.
Yeah.
Back at it again.
Yes, sir. We got different time codes in our description. We got the book, which is Young Avengers. We got Back Matter Matters, the poll list, but we start with the news.
Big news week.
Lots of news.
Yeah, tons to talk about.
Nathan, Skybound has a partnership with Universal.
Cool.
Yeah, and so James Tynion and Martin Simmons will be on a Dracula book.
That's weird.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty
Kirkman
cool.
really loves Dracula, doesn't he?
I guess.
Because he wrote Renfield?
Renfield, yeah.
He wrote it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. There's other
Interesting.
writers too. Yeah, it'll be a 4-issue mini coming on Dad's birthday, October 25th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So are we going to... You said Universal bought Skybound?
Yeah, so
Are we going to get like an Invincible, like Universal ride maybe? Like Universal Studios roller coaster?
Whoa. I don't think so. That'd be quite a stretch too.
We go through the subway? Like,
It all started with a comic book partnership.
yeah.
And now there's Invincible rad.
That would... maybe.
And speaking of Invincible Guarding the Globe is a mobile game coming soon, a mobile RPG.
I saw that. It looks like a Ultimate Alliance type game, but mobile.
Yeah.
Is that what you got from it?
I don't think I've played Ultimate Alliance, so I can't really say.
What? Yes, you have.
On what?
Like PS2. There's like a bunch of like Marvel heroes, and you could pick one. And they all got the different abilities, and you're just running around. It's
No.
like Diablo in a way.
Yeah, nah. The top-down stuff? Not really.
Wow. I love Ultimate Alliance. I would have thought that we played the initial ones together, but anyway.
Maybe, but
But you know what Ultimate Alliance is, though, essentially, right? As far as gameplay wise.
Spider-Man game, I guess it looks like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it seems to me. It might be like an auto battler. I don't know. But we will see. Yeah, I thought that was weird. Did you see the trailer?
Pretty random. Yeah, I watched it.
And there's like no dialogue, and it's very clear that they didn't get the original
He's
people.
just like,
He's just like,
he's just standing there. He's like, no, there's another monster girl.
yeah. They don't even like or anything. Like only
Yeah.
the monster girl is like making any noise, and that's just because it's easy to make a monster noise.
Yeah, it's just a roaring.
Yeah. Other comic book games supposedly coming out. DC Dark Legion. Don't really know what it is yet, but it's going to feature all DC characters. More to come this fall.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I don't really know what that's going to be. Fun Plus is the studio working on it. I don't really know what they do normally, but it looks like it'd probably be.
Didn't you tweet about it saying like, does that mean Six Pack and Dogworld are going to be in it?
They say all DC characters, so I mean that's got to be all of
It's
them.
a bold statement.
They are part of them. I know it really is, right? Because like
All the ones you
can't-
know.
yeah, all the like A and B listers will be on there, so that's what I take from that.
Yeah.
But craziness.
Iman Vellani, the actress who plays Miss Marvel, is going to be writing a Miss Marvel book called
Miss Marvel.
The New Mutant.
Very weird that they are ditching her being an Inhuman
And just
being like, you're an X-Men now.
yeah, you're a mutant now. Very bizarre. Like, I don't know what they're trying to get at, like
I think they're just gonna make her an X-Men for the movies, and so they're like, let's just get ahead of this maybe. But that
like what's so wrong
sucks.
with her being like an Inhuman? They don't even have to like
Nothing.
explain it right now.
they don't.
She hardly has powers, and it's from the Gauntlet thing.
And so I wonder how they're gonna try to explain it. Like, she's dead now. She knows this. She was in a comic book store or whatever, and she was buying it. She's giving it a thumbs up. Did you see that picture?
No.
She was like holding up the death of Miss Marvel. She's
Yeah.
like, thumbs up, whatever. And I was like, are they gonna like? My theory is that they try and like revive her on Krakoa or something, and they're like, oh, whoa, you're actually like mutant and inhuman, so that's like crazy.
Yeah, you have the mutant gene now. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
you got both of them, so that's cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't really know, but
art by Carlos Gomez and Adam Graham coming out August 30th.
yeah.
4 issues.
Oh, I didn't know how long it was, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Marvel teases a new Punisher to be announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2023. And they did like a little silhouette thing, and they're like, "Who's the new Punisher?" Because at the end of Jason Aaron's run on Punisher, he's stuck in a different dimension prison.
Gotcha. Who do you want to be the new Punisher, Nathan?
I think it'll be Nick Fury,
That could work.
which I think would be kind of cool because his guns and stuff that he's holding in like the promotional stuff looks like something that would be in like a shield thing. I saw somebody else say like Drax the Destroyer, which I think would be really fun.
Pretty hard.
Punisher.
Yeah. Drax the Punisher?
Drax the Punisher.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh, I like that idea more now. Not, but yeah.
My money's on Aunt May.
That would be sick. I think it's gonna be J. Jonah Jameson. He's like, I gotta kill Spider-Man myself.
Nathan, Zoe Thorogood is going to be on the new hack slash book called Back to School.
Yeah.
Coming October.
I had never read anything hack slash, but I will now.
Yeah.
Just because it's Zoe Thorogood.
Yeah. Created by Tim Seeley.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that I created it. It's like just female-led action is all that I know about it. Seems a little bit horny at times as well. Nothing wrong with that.
As Tim Seeley does.
Yeah, as Tim Seeley is good with. She says it follows a newbie slasher hunter, Cassie, getting enrolled in a school for monster hunting girls with mommy issues.
They had some really cool covers on it.
Yeah, they did. I also thought it was funny how like on all the covers, it's like from the creator of It's Lonely at the Center of the Earth.
Yeah.
I was like, good,
Yeah.
So pretty cool. And that comes out in October.
Yeah, it should be writing and doing the art.
I will absolutely be picking that up. Did you know that Mark Waid and Brian Hitch are doing a Black Label book?
No.
It's Superman: The Last Days of Lex Luthor. Apparently comes out in July, so it'll probably even be out when this episode comes out.
Yeah.
But I did not know that. I just saw an ad for it. Looks like this. I like took a picture of a ad of like the comic, whatever comic I was reading. I don't even know. But I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Nathan,
What's up?
the world asked for it. You can now buy the Flash movie as an NFT.
I did hear about this. I don't know what that means. Like the whole movie?
You can just own the movie as an NFT.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose?
Not everyone's going to buy it.
Is there going to be one person that buys it?
Probably a couple people.
Well, then it's not like yours, right?
Well, I guess you can all
Unless you get like a different version.
well, like multiple people can have like, not like a part of it. Like they only have a couple seconds of it or whatever, but like
That'd be interesting.
like only a certain amount of people can own it kind of thing.
That's dumb.
It's just a cash grab, I think.
It really
and
is. 'Cause
I don't know why they thought this was a good idea at this point.
It's so desperate.
Very.
So desperate. Like they can't think that it's a good idea.
I thought we were done with NFT news. But
I thought we were, but unfortunately not. But it still comes up every once in a while because DC will
do some dumb
something.
shit.
Yeah. It's like DC Comics and DC, so I just assume Warner Brothers as a whole is just doing some dumb shit. But
Yeah.
Daniel, Sam Raimi's Army of Darkness gets a comic book sequel from Dynamite Comics. It's going to be from writer Tony Fleeks and artist Justin Greenwood. Not familiar with their work. It releases in October and serves as a direct sequel to Army of Darkness.
Yeah, because I think that's the third one in like the 80s before like the reboot.
Interesting. So this will be, you think it'll be post?
Well, they say post Army of Darkness.
Yeah,
because
so
they had the reboot in like 2013.
Okay.
And so that's what
just-
it sounds like.
That's pretty cool.
So they're just continuing that.
I haven't seen any of those movies, but I did see Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah. It's quite a spectacle because that was like Sam Raimi's like first movie, I think, and super low budget kind of thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
And
cool.
so, Nathan, the death of Moon Knight is coming in issue Moon Knight number 28.
Really?
Yeah, that Marvel's been teasing it.
Oh,
Have you not
Good.
had enough death? Good, because there's more death coming.
I was like, man, after Miss Marvel, they did that so well.
Yeah, they just nailed that shit.
They kill another dude that is, I don't know, somewhat popular right now.
That has a Marvel TV show.
Yeah. God, 28. The book's been going on for a while, which is like good. I'm glad people like it.
Yeah,
I did not. I do like the Moon Knight artist, though.
It's a great way to ruin it.
Alessandro Capuccio, I think is his name. Pretty good Moon Knight artist, I will
Good.
say. Declan Shalvey is writing a Daredevil short story featuring Man-Thing for Crypt of Shadows, which is an anthology out in October from Marvel.
Oh, cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
So there'll be other Marvel books in the Crypt of Shadows thing?
Crypt of Shadows is the anthology book, so yeah.
Nice.
With some cool sounding people. I don't know who else is on there. I just saw this Declan Shelby thing. But another thing coming out probably October. Yep, this October. Cap Wolf comes back in Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos.
And the Howling Commandos.
And the Howling Commandos. I didn't even catch that.
They put it in red. Like,
They put it in bold.
in case you didn't catch his pun.
By Stephanie Phillips and Carlos Magno, and takes Cap and the Howling Commandos on a World War II mission.
Gonna buy it now.
I might flip through the pages and be like, if this looks fun. I don't know, because I like Stephanie Phillips enough. You know?
Adding like the Howling Commandos to like anything will make me more interested in buying it.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know why it
and
is.
then you make a pun out of it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
it
like
is a recipe for success.
Yeah.
Have they ever had their? I'm sure they've had their own
Howling-
comic.
yeah.
Surely, right?
yeah. There hasn't been many like recent iterations.
Yeah,
but
sure.
definitely back in the day.
But yeah, I just thought that was the hot news that I found.
Oh, that was
telling
the one
about.
you told me about
Yeah,
before you
hot off
recorded.
the press from
Yeah,
11 hours
like,
ago. Howling Commandos.
Kelly Sue DeConnick said on the Sketched podcast that Bitch Planet and Pretty Deadly are coming back.
Cool.
Yeah, so two of her creator owned books. She didn't give us any other details. I tried looking up other details, but there weren't any. So
I've never read Pretty Deadly.
Yeah,
Sounds
I've
good,
always
though.
seen it on lists and stuff. So we'll have to get to that at some point.
Yeah. How long did Bitch Planet go for?
I think it was like 10 at first, and then it did like another 5.
Okay,
and like
cool.
a little reboot kind of
I
thing.
enjoyed that one.
Yeah, no, it was good.
That's a super early episode for us, right?
Yeah, because that's what Chip recommended.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's get into the book this week, Nathan. We've read Young Avengers,
Correct.
Style Over Substance,
Correct.
Volume 1 by Keiron Gillen, Jamie McKelvie, Matt Wilson on colors,
Yeah.
Jamie McKelvie and Mike Norton, Clayton Cowles on letters.
Yep.
Nathan, I have some words for this book.
Okay.
And those words are?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I was like, I saw this book piqued my interest
Yep.
from a random Twitter thread I saw, and I was like, ooh,
What was
never heard
that?
about this.
What was that account called?
It's called Sequential Scholars, I believe.
Yeah.
And they do really good like Twitter thread analyses of just random comics, like very similar to, I think I've said before, the Claymore or the Claremont run.
Yeah.
And it was just like a Twitter account from like a scholarly college like institution. I think it was really weird. I was like looking into it.
So college?
But they only like would post about the Claremont run.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, and
Like
there's a
all-
lot to talk about in there. And then they did like a little thing on Iron Fist when Claremont was on Iron Fist, and I was like, "Ooh, I fuck with this." But
He was
anyway,
an Iron Fist. That's cool.
yeah, he like created Sabretooth, Chris Claremont,
Oh, okay. I
because
heard
he
that,
was
yeah.
he originally appeared in Iron Fist. You didn't know? Fun fact. Where was I going with this? Oh, the Sequential Scholars. They just do like random books, and I always find that interesting. And this came up on there, and I could see why, because Gillen and McKelvie, pretty good.
Dynamite Team.
They're a wombo combo team.
Yeah, you know them from The Wicked and the Divine,
Or
an old book or an old episode we did.
yes, we did do that.
Or
Some other book probably.
yeah, other stuff too.
I can't remember. But yeah, I enjoyed this.
Yeah,
It
we have
was
some top tier art.
top tier art. Some like very super unique pages. I think Jamie McKelvie crushes it.
I would say it's flawless as far as his pencils.
Yeah, you're a big Jamie McKelvie fan,
I just I'm in love with the
because I think he does.
proportion accuracy.
Yeah,
You know, I'm like, that's just a person, but like an outline of a person, you know? And so
Yeah.
it's just done really well. And just kind of the spacing between all the facial features.
He's got
and
a really good sense of like style, I think.
Yeah.
With like designing like the character costumes, you know, like America in general. Like it is like a superhero like thing, but it's also something you could probably thrift, you know? That's what it
Yeah.
looks like. And I think there's something really interesting about that. And so the style over substance, like the name of the trade, it really feels like a testament to like what they're trying to do with the art of the book, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like some of the designs, like of just the page in general.
Super fun.
Very creative. Like it was a delightful read. So,
and I think it's just like how his faces are always very symmetrical, and it's very fun to look at.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I could draw like a right eye just fine, but then when you get to the left, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I need my other hand to do this or something.
Of course, Matt Wilson in here crushing it as he always does.
Yeah, and I think they're good buds. Because they work so well together.
Yeah, they do. Jamie McKelvie and Matt Wilson, you mean?
Yeah, because he was the colorist on Wicked and Divine too.
Ooh, that makes sense. A lot of this, there's pages in this book where I'm like, this looks very similar to Mighty Thor. Because Russell Dowderman, I think, kind of has a similar style to Jamie McKelvie.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe they're just like both digital. I don't really know what it is. Or maybe it's just Matt Wilson. And he's like he has a really strong identity, I think, with his colors.
Definitely.
But yeah, I liken it to that. So if you're a big fan of that run like I am, this is definitely a good book for you. And just I think the the main problem that they're dealing with is really funny to me.
Yeah.
And it's like unique. It is unique and it's not unique.
Is that something I could like make up probably? Like I couldn't write this. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Like the idea from like 1,000 feet, not very unique.
Yeah.
But the way that they pulled it off, I think was really fun to see. So
Definitely.
So we'll get into it.
And very solid pacing.
Oh yeah.
Keiron Gillen, you know?
Yeah, it went very fat. Were some of these issues not like I feel like some of them were like only 20 pages.
I mean, the whole thing is 120 and there's 5. So some might be 22, 24. There's
like
also
an issue
this like
0.
There's also 0 issue.
Or maybe like an alpha. Because I think this was for Marvel Now, I want to say, in like that era.
Oh, yeah. I think this was like, these are pages from Marvel Now. Like that,
Was it? Did they do like an anthology thing to promote the books with Marvel Now? Is that what it was?
I think so.
That would make sense. Yeah. So this first like issue 0 thing is only like a couple pages, but basically we just meet America Chavez. This is not her first appearance, I don't think, but it could be.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So we meet America Chavez, who meets up with Loki, who's a kid now for some reason. We don't really know why, or I don't at least, but you know, fuck it. He's a kid now.
Didn't we read a Loki book where he was a kid?
Was it Loki?
Before Loki, it was like Agent of Asgard or something like that. Remember that? Right before the Loki show came out.
Yeah, we read a Loki book.
Yeah, didn't
I
it?
think he was adult.
I think he is a kid.
I don't know. I'm getting to the point where I'm forgetting just books that we've read.
I feel like my memory's so good with him, but then I think about that. I'm like, I don't remember one thing that happened in that.
Yeah, there's a dragon, I think. That's all I remember.
Maybe.
So yeah, Loki's a kid now for some reason, but it's the same Loki, but he's a kid now. And Loki proposes that America kills Wiccan, who is the son of Scarlet Witch, for being a danger with his dimensional powers. And then America just beats up Loki. I really enjoy that they meet at a Korean barbecue, because I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I love that.
In like any story, they just like meet at a Korean barbecue, and she's like, "You have until this is medium rare to like convince me."
Yeah,
and that was fun. And I just love this like action page where she's like, "I'm gonna beat you up." You know, the action and like the design of the panels and stuff is always fun. Helps demonstrate movement. And then there's like a nice wanted page at the end, which I also thought was pretty fun.
Yeah, a little flyer. I kept going back to that just because like it's like very specific descriptions of like who's on the team.
It's very clear like who they're gonna go for, but
and it's like a checklist. So I'm like, all right, they got him now.
Yeah, and one of them's like one banished Kree warrior who's lost everything except his vintage vinyl collection and a spaceship. Like that's Marvel Boy.
I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
there's dumb like Korean barbecue like humor in this one. Like after she like beats up Loki or whatever, she's like, you try anything and I'll finish what I started here. And he's like, the pork belly.
That was a good joke. I love pork belly too.
I was like, yeah, no, I'm like, that's the best shit to get there.
I had that the whole time when I accidentally went to Korean barbecue twice in one day.
Exactly.
For lunch and dinner. But yeah. So yeah, that was like the issue 0, whatever you want to call it. And then we go into issue 1.
Brian Lee O'Malley variant?
Brian Lee O'Malley variant. I didn't even know
O'Malley.
He did variants.
I'm sure we've seen one, but
we probably have.
It is fun to see.
But God, I would kill for him to do a Marvel book. Love Brian Lee O'Malley. We should do one of his books. We were suggested one.
Yeah.
and we're getting to it.
We're getting to it.
Don't you worry.
But when the anime comes out, I'm sorry. We gotta wait.
We have to.
It's just
Because what are we going to do? A second Brian Lee O'Malley book?
yeah, the next volume of Scott Pilgrim.
Yuck.
I don't think so. We hate twos here.
We never do the same artist twice, except for Keiron Gillen and Jamie McKelvie.
Yeah.
Issue 1. Kate Bishop Hawkeye has a thing with Novar, or Marvel Boy, who's like the Kree guy, and he's out in space. And they get attacked by some Skrulls. Very random first scene. But God, there's an incredible double page spread of like this action. And it's really impressive to me because it's like a big collage of panels, but it's still read like left to right. I mean, there's like 2 sections that you're like supposed to read it in, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I don't know how he pulled that off because my brain didn't do it wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Which is very impressive to me. And then, fun fact. Did you know that Novar was created by Grant Morrison?
No.
There's apparently a Marvel Boy miniseries or something that he did. So I didn't know that.
Who did the art?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I can look it up if you want.
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
You keep going.
Maybe that's something we could read because he doesn't do a whole lot of Marvel stuff outside of like X-Men. So, but Hulkling is a Skrull and he's been sneaking out and crime fighting as Spider-Man. But
J.G. Jones?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He also did Wanted.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, that'd be interesting.
I mean, we got to do Wanted eventually because like Big Game comes out and that's a part of that, you know?
So we have to do Wanted.
We don't have to, but I mean, we surely. Maybe when we get to like the month where it's like we're reading comics about that we're adapting the movies that people might not know
We're
as
never going
comic.
to do that because things always coming out and you said no.
September probably.
Ooh, I'm not for that.
September's pretty open.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
So Hulkling's running around. He's Skrull shape-shifting as like Spider-Man and crime fighting, but his boyfriend Wiccan, who told him not to go out and like do that, they get in a fight, but they make up, and then Wiccan starts to do some serious magic shit, but for Hulkling. And I really, I was surprised to see Spider-Man because I didn't know he was going to be in this.
And the Spidey toes.
And the Spidey toes, Daniel. I was going to bring it out. Spidey
Very
just has
upsetting.
his dogs out. Surely if you're a Skrull.
They're not out. It's like those like
They're out.
It's like those toe like shoes.
I know, but it's very upsetting to think that if this was Spider-Man, he'd have to slide his toes into each individual like toe glove
Yeah.
like thing. I don't know, very upsetting.
They have shoes like that.
But you're a shapeshifter, dude. Just make them shoes.
Just shapeshift shoes.
Shapeshift shoes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I need to ask Jamie McKelvie why he did that.
It's if I ever met him, I'm screenshotting this now.
I'm like, I don't know if you remember.
I'm gonna make it my phone background.
but like 10 years ago
When you were doing Young Avengers
in one page.
for Marvel Now, why couldn't he just have made a shoe? I
Yeah.
don't know. But Loki seems to be aware that Wiccan is doing something reckless, so he goes to stop him. But then America Chavez interrupts, and then we see Wiccan open another dimension before Hulkling's mom was killed, and he brings that version of Hulkling's mom to our dimension. But she isn't who she seems, and she does some weird goopy power stuff to Wiccan's like foster parents.
Yeah, like Wiccan and Hulkling like live together
Yeah,
in like Wiccan's parents' house,
foster parents.
foster parents' house.
Yeah.
Because Scarlet Witch is her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Envisions her dad. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I
she
think
was
she
like-
like created him.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a
like Jesus.
unbelievable, yes, like Jesus. There's an unbelievable double page spread here, which is very creative because it shows 3 different scenarios like happening like in real time. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because there's like the America Chavez Loki situation and it goes across the page, and then it's the Wiccan situation, the Hulkling situation, and they all go across the page, and every panel that aligns like vertically, I assume all happens at the same time because there's like a big bang that happens with like America, and then that like wakes up Hulkling like down at the bottom of the page, you know?
yeah.
And it's very creative because like you know that all this is happening like at the same time. And I thought that was really cool.
Very cool.
I'd never seen anything like that.
Even got little like colors on in the background.
Yeah, to like help you probably like subconsciously like keep you in line.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. So I just love seeing this shit. Like Jamie McKelvie's so creative. And yeah, mom has weird goopy powers. So obviously something's afoot there.
There's a detail that is very important, Nathan, that I know that you missed. But
How do you know I missed it?
But Hulkling is a Jets fan.
Oh shit, I did miss that.
Yeah.
Well, they live in New York.
Yeah, but
The Jets suck, right?
they have Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback now.
Do you think that'll help him?
Maybe. He had a poor year last year. So
Yeah, I
we'll
was about to
see.
say, I don't think he's necessarily in his prime.
Oh, they're going to be on Hard Knocks this year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Is
so-
that the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About like the training camp and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty excited.
Nice.
I just want to see him be weird.
Do you think most Marvel characters are Jets fans? Or do you think they'd be like Giants?
It's probably a bit of both.
What do you think Spider-Man is?
I bet he's just a big old...
Or Buffalo Bills, right? Because that's New York.
It's about the Mets, Spider-Man. The Mets.
The Mets.
Love the Mets. Come on, baby. Let's get home.
Let's go Mets. My favorite meme of all time. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm sorry for you. I don't have any way of explaining to you what we're talking about, but goddamn, that's such a good
just
meme.
look up Mets and Kingpin, and
Yeah.
hopefully something comes up.
And your life is going to be enlightened. Let's go Mets, baby.
No, they don't talk about football in comics a lot, and it upsets me.
There should be like a one-shot comic where like the Avengers has like a fantasy team or some shit.
Oh, I'd write that.
That'd be pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be cool.
Or like,
And then like Nova will be there, and he's like, "Yeah, go Cardinals," representing
Oh,
Sunrise
true.
or Surprise, Arizona.
or just like a bunch of the people in the Illuminati. You know, they all like separate to have their own teams, and they just draft Marvel characters.
Like they do their normal Illuminati meeting, and then they're like, "Okay, let's talk about the fantasy draft."
yeah. You know how like when Hulkling is like green, and he
Yeah.
has like those shoulder pad things.
What is going on there?
Those freak me out.
Put them away.
Yeah, I know.
You're a shapeshifter. Okay, put them away.
I get like that like separates him from like Hulk for me. You know,
Shoulder pads?
they will like just look they're not like shoulder pads. It's like a part of him. You know, it's like his shoulders just have this armor.
Yeah, change it.
Yeah, but like that makes me I know he's Hulkling, but he's not really anything like the Hulk. You
No,
know,
he's not. He's just a scroll.
and so this
really.
that separates him from that.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
wonder
mean?
why they went with Hulkling. I don't really know his like history,
Neither do
but
I.
it's very confusing. And I think that sets this character back from being like more popular.
But-
Because I think he's a pretty good character, at least the way that Keiron Gillen writes him.
Yeah,
So
it's
Make
just the body horror shit in my head. I'm like, what if you just pulled one of those back?
I
you
know, yeah,
And I'm
that's
like, no.
yeah.
What if he gets caught
Can
on
you
something?
break
You
that?
know?
What if someone punches it and like breaks their hand on it? You know?
Oh yeah. I don't know. It just bothers me.
I wrote this down later, but like, why is further making it difficult to separate himself? Why is his normal outfit the fucking Hawkeye symbol?
It is pretty much a Hawkeye
When there's
symbol,
the
yeah.
Hawkeye in this book, also when he's like human looking, he looks like Hawkeye a little bit. You know, he's just a blonde.
If Hawkeye was fucking jacked,
If he was jacked, yeah. But like, if you took this page or whatever out of context and you're like, who is this guy? You know, a lot of people would probably say Hawkeye.
yeah,
So it just seems very strange.
Hawkeye with an earring.
He's very derivative of like multiple different characters.
Yeah, why couldn't he have like a different color?
Yeah,
you
even
know?
if the arrow points up, you know.
Yeah, that'd be better.
It'd be better. Same thing, but better. Anyway, issue 2. So there's an awkward breakfast with Hulkling and Wiccan with
Their parents,
Hulkling's new mom or old mom, new mom,
new old man.
new old mom, and Wiccan's foster parents. And Hulkling's mom is very disapproving of their relationship, and Wiccan's parents are acting very uncharacteristic, and they agree to everything that Hulkling's mom is saying. And so this starts a fight, and then Hulkling's mom is punched into goop by Hulkling, but comes back, and so they run off. So they clearly know something's going wrong here.
Yeah,
Very freaky goopy stuff. And I never thought about a scroll shape shifting into like some wings to like fly away.
he's like, there's something like special about him because he can like,
He's I guess like a super scroll maybe, but no, not really.
but
'cause
he's
he
got
can't-
like his own set of powers, kind of thing.
Well, I think scrolls could shapeshift into like a bird if they wanted to, you know?
Maybe.
And so I think he just plays with that a little bit more, but I didn't expect them to like jump out the window or like the wall and then fly away, you know? So I thought that was interesting. Who created Hulkling?
Alan Heinberg and Jim Chung.
Oh, really? Okay. So 2005.
Yeah.
Oh, and so that was the first Young Avengers run was when he was created.
He can independently alter parts of his body and manifest different physical abilities, as well as impersonate others. So it's like you can just focus a certain part, because there's a page like later where he's like just like a different person, you know, but it's almost like he like hulked out in a way. Like he didn't get big, but
he looks like more alien, right?
Yeah.
That one, yeah, I do remember that.
But anyway, yeah, cool. Wings are pretty cool.
Wings pretty cool. Hulkling and Wiccan, they escape to, I wrote down Avengers Mountain, but it's Avengers Mansion, and they talk to Scarlet Witch and the rest of the Avengers, and so they all go to talk to, they go back to Goopy Mom, and there's clearly like some spell or something that's happening because Scarlet Witch immediately like turns on them. Captain America turns on them, and they get trapped in an interdimensional white void until Loki can break them out.
Doesn't Captain America look so cute?
I'm not a big fan of this Captain America
It looks
suit.
like a toy.
He does look like an action figure, just the way that he's posed.
Like one that's
who stands like that?
One's for like like children, you know?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of this design of the costume because they're trying to do like the scale thing or the feather thing, but they make it, it's not, I don't know. I think there's a little too much going on. But this Avengers lineup has a lot of X-Men in it. You can see Wolverine. You can see Havoc.
Oh, yeah.
Which I like seeing Havoc. And then you get Rogue, I believe.
And Scarlet Witch, technically.
Yeah. She's an X-Men as well. So very interesting.
But yeah, they're like jumping out of the panels, Nathan.
Yeah, I love the sequence. So they're just put it in like a white panel, pretty much. And so like the next pages are just blank pages with blank panels, but the characters like inside of them, and that's where they're trapped. And so it's really fun to see them like climb out of the panels and then like step around like the panels on the page, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like a really entertaining way to do like a jailbreak type thing.
Like Loki like puts his ear to the top of one. He's like, oh, this is the right one.
Yeah, like, I can hear him. And then he pulls out Hulkling. And so Loki tells them that Wiccan unleashed an interdimensional parasite and he knows how to get rid of it. So they go with Loki to Asgard, and then Laufey, the frost giant, shows up trying to stop them.
I like this like Kid Loki design. Like just like his outfit's cool.
Yeah.
You know?
I like he's got like the logo that goes into the cape, he's got the crown. He's trying a little bit harder than I think normal Loki typically does, who just wears like that trench coat type thing.
Yeah.
Trench coat cape. And then the big horns. So issue 3.
Who is Laufey?
Laufey is Loki's dad.
Yep. He kind of looks like
how does that work?
He looks
Who
like
knows?
a Navi here.
He does. He does look Navi. Yeah, I don't know what happened to make Loki and Laufey is Laufey. I don't really know. It's all like
Loki's a frost giant.
It's all mythical god stuff, so like anything kind of goes.
And then Odin took him.
Yeah, Odin like adopts him.
And I guess he just grew up in a warm place, and so he didn't his skin didn't turn blue when he was older.
So if he had grown up in the refrigerator, he would be as big as Laufey.
He'd be blue like Laufey.
He'd be blue. Okay, because Laufey's pretty big.
You know, I don't really know the actual reason, but I know a bit. But
this is definitely a page that reminds me of just the Mighty Thor run, because I remember a specific issue where she just like beats up a bunch of frost giants, and I was like, this just looks like that because it's Matt Wilson on it.
Yeah, and Wiccan mentions like, isn't Laufey dead? You know, so why is he alive here?
Yeah, why is he here? Who knows?
It's Scotty Young cover, Nathan.
Yeah, I love a Scotty Young cover. I'm surprised it wasn't issue 1. Oh no, it is an issue 1 variant.
Yeah, they just kind of put variants wherever they wanted here.
He does. Oh, he's so good.
Asgardia is in Oklahoma.
Yeah, so this is canon. For a while, Asgardia was just kind of floating above, like, 100 feet above the Earth for a little bit, with the World Tree there, which is like a really important thing they gotta like protect.
Yeah,
I can't remember why they were in Oklahoma, but
low rent.
Yeah, that's true. So there's a big fight with Laufey after Hulkling is hit with like a bear trap that Laufey has, which is a crazy weapon to have on you, right?
Yeah.
It's just a bear trap on a chain, and you just like throw it at him and hope it like snatches you.
Yeah, why would he have that?
Yeah, I don't know.
They got bears in Oklahoma?
I don't know. I've never been there, but America Chavez flies in and smashes him to goop. So we know that he was part of like the parasite illusion too. And then the parasite forms into America's two moms. And so
They look
Loki,
like Viltrumites, dude.
They do look like Viltrumites, yeah.
I was like, oh no, there's I didn't realize who they were at first. I'm like, there's Viltrumites,
Dude,
run.
they totally look like Viltrumites. You're so right. Because it's just like white's the main color, and then they have like random accent colors in there.
Yeah, they're floating.
Yeah. And so Loki teleports them to a club that I guess he goes to a lot. And so, yeah, this is when it's kind of revealed, but it's the idea is like this curse or whatever, the spell, the parasite, brings in everyone's parents to like hunt them down. I think the parasite's canonically called Mother.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Yeah, which it is a good name because it's very sinister for some reason. You know?
Yeah. Straight to the point.
But like you don't really realize that's happening until it's like explained and you're like, oh yeah, this is everyone's parents getting all fucked up. So it's like the idea of the book is just like, oh, evil parents and you know trying to lock down their kids or whatever, which is not interesting normally. But this is like an interdimensional parasite that is bringing back dead parents to like psychologically fuck with these heroes. Some of them are alive. I feel like
it's very typical for like a book called Young Avengers, you know, like this.
Yeah, you'd think it would not be like that interesting
be
of
a
an
little
idea.
Corny, but no.
Yeah, but they
it's
pull it off.
interesting.
Yeah,
definitely.
So Loki reveals that he tried to stop Wiccan from letting the parasite in and says that he can undo this situation if Wiccan just lends him his powers to Loki for like just 10 minutes. That's all you need. Mm-hmm. They deny it, and then the parasite shows up with some more parents, and then they get overpowered. And that's pretty much this issue. Daniel, there's not a Guardians, a Game of Thrones reference. Loki compares himself to Tyrion.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Tyrion's like the smart one.
Oh, okay.
He like always has a plan, and he can talk his way out of like anything.
Okay, so this comparison is solid.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay,
that's a Dinks character.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I like him too. He's my favorite.
Yeah, no, he's definitely the best one.
Yeah. There's another fun action sequence because they're fighting like the parasite, and everyone's like specifically colored whatever their like main color is.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Matt Wilson ran out of time.
Yeah, I guess so.
He didn't finish these ones.
But it was like still very creative. Even if he was like, oh, I gotta do this shit in like an hour. You know, he did a pretty good job because like,
especially with like how small some of the panels can be, like on like a real page, like it is shaded to where it looks like they are colored normally, but it's more like to replicate like the club lights, you know? So yeah, no, I thought that was fun.
Yeah, it's cool. Issue 4, Marvel Boy and Hawkeye fly in to rescue the whole gang. They just finished beating up the Skrulls.
She doesn't like being called Hawkeye in this. She's just Kate Bishop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just picked up on that like once or twice.
Yeah. So and
he doesn't like being called Marvel Boy.
He's Novar. It's just easier for me.
What'd you say?
I said Hawkeye and Marvel Boy.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I'll change it. But
yeah, don't let it happen again.
Yeah. So Kate Bishop and Novar, they fly in and they bust out.
Real quick. Sorry. You can get back to where you were. They filled in the hip circles, Nathan. Did you notice that?
You know, that was always a weird design element of Kate Bishop.
I thought it was kind of cool.
It is cool, but it's crazy that they just colored it in and they didn't just eliminate the circle.
Yeah, altogether.
So like, is there something under there? Is that like, what is that? Are those Spanx?
Yeah, dude, that's her chonies.
Those are chonies right there. Yeah, I didn't even, that's so funny that you noticed that. I totally forgot that was a thing.
It's like the Kate Bishop hip circles and the Catwoman armpit circles, you know?
The Catwoman armpit circles are way worse.
Makes so much sense. Easy deodorant application.
Do you think that maybe Kate Bishop would get a really awkward tan line? And so she was like, I gotta fill these in.
I can't imagine she does a lot during the day in her Hawkeye outfit.
I would assume most of what she does is during the day. We read the Kate Bishop Hawkeye. Most of that was during the day, I feel like.
Yeah, that was when she was being a private detective, though, not Hawkeye.
And she was like in L.A. or something, right? San Francisco?
Yeah, something like that.
Sounds right.
San Diego?
Ooh, maybe. Somewhere in California.
Yeah, it was very beachy.
But there's this is like my favorite page, but it's the action sequence that has like like a key to it
And
it's
directions.
and directions, and it's just Novar like flipping around the club, shooting all the parasite people, turning them to goop, and then saving everybody. But it's really fun because there's like a numbered sequence of how you're supposed to follow it, and then some of the numbers where he's doing like a big action have like an actual panel with like a key that's tied to it,
Yeah, that shows it at, like up close and at a different angle.
Yeah, at one point he like puts on a record in the club, and that's labeled number 7, and the song is Young Hearts Run Free by Candy Staten. And I was like, this is super fun. I could look that up if I wanted to, but I didn't.
Yeah. And in
great
case
page,
you're
though.
not sure what's happening, the key shows what's going on, you know?
And then like the action sequences after this, it's in this like diamonds geometric format, which is super fun as well. So pretty cool. But they leave on Novar's ship after temporarily turning the parasite to goop, but they're chased down now by Marvel Boy's Novar's parents.
Have you ever read any Marvel Boy?
No.
Never
Don't really
mind.
know who he is. I think the only time I've seen him show up is like in an Inhumans thing. Maybe.
Probably.
I'm just like vaguely aware of him. This is definitely the most I've read of him. But
Yeah. This is the first issue of the book where we have the whole team like together.
Yeah.
Like issue 4.
Novar's dad looks pretty Viltrumite as well.
This panel was kind of funny because like the team looks like really baked for some reason.
Yeah, why does Wiccan look like that?
Yeah. they're like,
Oh, dude.
maybe, I don't know, maybe the goo is like having some sort of effect on them.
The lasers are really bright, maybe, so they have to like squint.
Yeah. There was a cringy little part where Loki like uses Spanish. Did you catch that?
What did he say? I probably read it, but I don't remember.
Like when America's like parents are like chasing after them, they're all in like Marvel Boys
yeah,
thing. And he's like, here they come and they're totally loco. And I'm like, yeah.
But I mean, America immediately roasts him for that. It's just like, don't
Chico,
do that shit.
don't.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that Marvel Boy mentioned that his ship is powered by Kirby engines.
Yeah, that's a very Grant Morrison idea,
Yeah.
isn't it? Like,
That was probably right in issue 1.
Yeah.
Some Kirby engines.
yeah, it's built on like belief, which, yeah, very much just meta comic book
he's just
commentary.
So he's driving Santa's sleigh, is
pretty
what
much.
you're saying?
Yeah, like from Elf,
Yeah.
they lost the engine thing.
It flies on Christmas spirit.
The turbine. Yeah. So they start singing Christmas carols to fly away.
Yeah.
But they crash land in Central Park, and they're met by hundreds of other parents just hunting them down. And now that they're desperate, Wiccan lends his powers to Loki, who just solo teleports away, and he just abandons the rest.
Yeah, which is what they're all fearing.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop gets a blaster arrow, like an alien.
I love that.
So sick.
It is so cool.
Because the arrows run out and
Yeah.
probably wouldn't do a ton in this situation. So the blaster is definitely nice.
Yeah. And it's more believable that, the goops would be destroyed by that rather than just like a normal arrow. It's pretty cool. I also think it's interesting that Wiccan's powers is just like you just say what you're trying to do. You don't have to like say anything backwards or like say some abracadabra words. He's just like, I get to look at my power for 10 minutes, and then it's like that's all it is.
I thought these last 2 pages were like a little cringe. Wiccan's like, it's my fault. I don't know what to say. And then America's like, oh yeah, I do. But you guys are rated PG-13.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It doesn't quite land.
yeah,
For me.
like maybe not.
Like I get your scrappy,
Yeah,
America,
and,
but
and you could have said something in Spanish and no one would know.
could have said that same thing in Spanish and maybe it'd be better.
And we get a number 3 variant by Trad Moore and Matthew Wilson.
Look at the Marvel boy. Like, he's so handsome, Squidward.
I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, oh, it's Trad Moore. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is before Treadmore went very almost goopy himself.
Oh, dude, did you see the Skybound or like the Image, like San Diego Comic-Con stuff?
Oh, there's a Treadmore Omni-Man?
Yeah,
that he drew?
like
Yeah,
variant
super
cover.
cool.
I was like, come on.
I'm going to San Diego now, like
Yeah.
this weekend.
I'm like, hopefully no one goes because there's no like actors or anything there.
Yeah.
But yeah, bit of a bummer.
Yeah, issue 5. There's a big crowd fight, but Wiccan sneaks off and he tries to kill himself with a blaster to stop the parasite. Meanwhile, Loki.
Pretty extreme means. Because, like, I guess, like, if he dies, his spell dies or whatever.
Yeah. And so he just sees all of his friends, beating up random citizens.
This gun looks like it shoots, like, orange soda, And he's like, oh, this'll do me.
Yeah, too much Fanta,
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, Loki is doing some ritual with Wiccan's powers while being berated by a guilty conscience version of himself.
I thought it was like, they made it seem like Loki was taken over by like an evil Loki or something.
I took it as it's like just his conscience.
Maybe.
Which I don't know what it is, but it seems weird that they waited until now to tell us what the hell went on with Loki and like why he's a kid. Because I was confused the whole trade.
Well, I think if you're like following along like with continuity, then you would know.
Yeah, but even still, like, I doubt people picking up an Avengers book have been necessarily following everything that Loki's been doing.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, I haven't. But like, even at the time, you're like, oh, Young Avengers, let's see what this is about.
Yeah.
Some of those readers surely aren't like catching up with Loki.
I think it's kind of cool because if you were, then you'd know what his deal is. But starting this, you don't really know what his deal is, and you don't really trust him.
Yeah. Until
the end of this trade, which kind of makes it like rewarding.
Just give me like, yeah, I'm a kid now. That shit was weird. I'll tell you about it later. Mm-hmm. So the Young Avengers suddenly get boosted abilities and are sent to fight their own parasite parents by Loki. So Loki's like boosting them with whatever, the Star of David,
Yeah.
And this page is really cool too, because each of the points of the star separate like the panels of each of the people fighting their own parents. So that's pretty cool.
More of like a pentagram, but
yeah, pentagram, whatever you want. But I like the design of it, and I like how it numerically works out for this situation.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. So they're eventually able to leave on Marvel Boy's ship, Novar's ship, separating themselves far enough for the parasite to disappear, and the parents are brought back to normal with like no recollection of what's been happening. Then it's explained that they can't go back to New York because the spell is location based on like where their parents were killed. And then it kind of just like ends there with them embracing that they're like heroes. But so they can't be in New York because it's too close to the parasite. And then people that are like alien were like disintegrated or maybe something. And so they're, I don't know. They explain it a lot better
I imagine
than I'm
they
trying
just
to
like vanish or something.
Yeah. But the reason that like Marvel Boy's parents were there is because they were like disintegrated, and so they were like kind of dispersed across the universe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that like star thing lends to that cool double page spread.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also see that like, I guess like hulked out Hulkling that I was talking about.
Yeah, he looks. It almost looks like a Martian Manhunter. Type deal. Yeah,
nailed it.
But with wings.
Also, kind of like Perfect Cell from like Dragon Ball Z, like his legs.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it does seem like that.
But anyway, yeah, and it ends there. But at least they got each other.
Yeah, they're friends now, and they're like, where should we go? Wiccan gets his super suit on. And he's like, let's go somewhere. So pretty cool. Let's go into Back Matter Matters.
Back Matter Matters.
Really just covers.
Yeah, just a few, two covers.
Two covers. I mean, we've been getting covers the whole time. So we got a David LaFuente cover, and then a Jim Chung.
And Maury Hollowell, and then Jim Chung and Justin Ponzer.
Yep. So that's it. There's mainly just covers throughout. So not much for back matter, unfortunately. But yeah, Daniel, what would you rate this book?
I would give it like a love it with like a strawberry sherbet kind of ice cream,
Yeah.
Something very like refreshing and like light kind of tasting.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of like what I think of, something that you can really get through pretty easily.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, very good.
I'll give it like a medium meat lover's pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's got all the things in here that I like. Good writer, good artist, good colors. It's like I wanted some Avengers with with some twang on it.
Right.
And really good. I know I'm like
almost 30 and like married now, but I still kind of like identify with like the younger teams, you know?
Yeah.
And like I see like the Avengers,
like,
I'm like, oh, those are the adults, you know?
Like, ugh.
And then like, oh, these are my people, like the Young Avengers, like the Teen Titans,
Yeah.
Young Justice, stuff like that.
They're like, fuck my parents or whatever. Actually,
Yeah.
a lot of them seem to really like their parents.
Or
so.
they're like, I can do this. I don't need Batman or whatever.
Yeah, I'm always like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
That's me.
They're like, prove yourself. You can do this. You are an adult.
Yeah.
So let's get into the poll list, colon.
Shove it in your box.
The poll list, what did you shove in your box? What are you gonna get this week, Nathan?
I don't fucking know. You made me record a day early, so I didn't go to the comic shop.
Sorry. You're gonna make us record early next week, so it's gonna be the
Ooh,
same.
Shit, you're right. I'll have to look up what I'm getting then.
But this week, Nathan, we got Big Game
Oh, yeah?
by Mark Miller.
He's-
and someone else.
I don't think this will be very good.
I think. Did you finish Nemesis Reloaded?
No.
Okay, and you haven't read a lot of his stuff, so I'll let you
It
know
just
how
seems-
good it is from someone who understands what's happening.
I mean, I get it. It's just all of his shit going to be in one.
Well,
What's happening? Because I'm going to read that before I finish Nemesis Reloaded, if I ever do. But
and we also got Void Rivals #2.
oh, finally. I almost picked up a reprint of Void Rivals because I was like, oh, shit, already?
Did you get? Like it was a different cover.
Yeah, it was a different cover.
Okay, and then Miss Truesdale in the Tale of Hyperborea or something like that.
Sounds close enough.
Or something like that.
Issue
That's
3?
#3. Yeah.
Yeah.
So because Big Game's coming out, I read Ambassadors #6, and then I finished Nemesis Reloaded.
Cool.
So I'm caught up on all his stuff that came out this last year.
I wish Ambassadors wasn't an ad for Big Game.
It hardly was. Did you finish?
Yeah, I finished it.
Yeah,
I mean, like, it felt like it could have been longer.
It could have been longer. I think it would have benefited from that.
Yeah.
But I think Nemesis was more of a ad for Big
That's
Game.
fair. Yeah.
Because this one felt like a roundabout story and self-contained, and then it just said at the end, like, oh,
Oh, Big Game.
Big Game's coming. So how far did you get on Nemesis?
Like 2, 3, maybe?
Okay, so like when Nemesis was being trained by this weird like League of Shadows thing, there was some like book from like a president that had like some secrets in it or whatever. And I guess while this president was like in office, like things like went to shit, and there was like superheroes like in like the 80s or whatever,
Okay.
right? But all the superheroes were killed by like all of the villains, right?
Got it.
So the villains teamed up and knocked out all the superheroes to the point where like people forgot that they're heroes. You know what I mean? And that is what the world of Wanted is.
Oh.
So Wanted is like a world with just supervillains, and then this dude Wesley is like a part of this like organization that's trying to stop them.
Okay.
You know, and
So
so
he very loosely tied them together.
yeah, and so there's this going to be this like, yeah. So Nemesis is like more in the future, and then I guess the Wanted universe was like in the past, kind of. And so at the end of Nemesis Reloaded, Wesley from Wanted, he like invites Nemesis to be a part of this group called like the Fraternity or something, and it had and it sounded a little bit cooler when you read it, but there's
We
other
chug beers here.
yeah, there's other people in it, and I guess it's people that are trying to like
Rush.
maintain, like, yeah, they're gonna party.
They're trying to rush. Yeah.
and they're what's it called when you bully kids?
Haze.
Yeah, they're gonna haze people, and I guess it's just some sort of like super team that's gonna maintain this like, I don't know, just running the world like how they want to kind of thing. And so
Really bang chicks. Sorry, that's the last fraternity joke.
and they do beer bongs
They butt chug.
and some kickstands, and so I think just based off of that, I think the only thing you really need to read in order to understand that world is Wanted, you know. But I think there'll probably be a very big, very explainer page at the beginning of Big Game.
Yeah. I think he's smart enough to do that. At least.
He'll be like, you can just pick this up and it'll be fine, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to read Wanted later then with the context of Big Game to see like
Yeah.
how they will connect and stuff.
Yeah, one is really good. It's very bizarre, especially if you like just think about the movie and then you go in. You're like, how do they get to this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Goes from this to movie that Chris Pratt's in, gets his shit rocked.
Yeah. And
And
lots of people.
tons of people.
James McAvoy,
Morgan Freeman.
Angelina Jolie.
James McAvoy. Did you say that?
I said that right.
Shit. That's all I know.
I win. Did you read anything?
Yes. I read Fish Flies,
Number one?
number 1.
Is
I
it
thought
the- is
that
it-
was all it, but it's not.
What do you mean?
I thought like Fish Flies was like just that. It was like a 60-page thing they do real quick.
Oh, you thought it was a one shot?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I thought that was like, I don't know. Because like when you write and draw stuff, I would assume that he wanted to disperse it out more. But it was like 60 pages, only $6. Pretty good, I feel like, for
Only
60
$6. Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's like 3 issues worth.
But do I want 60 pages and $6?
I did. I thought it was pretty
A
good.
$6 book.
Why are you a hater on Jeff Lemire?
I've just really
Who hurt you?
He did.
Why?
I think it was May's book.
You were a hater of that too. I'd never read it, but
It is just like
I was there for it
he insists on himself, Nathan.
because he's good.
He is good, but I think it's like I'm not gonna get into this now. But
Wow.
So is it like the same thing as like the Free Comic Book Day issue?
I had never read that, so I don't know.
Okay, what happened at the end? He finds like the body in like the gas station.
That's in the beginning of the book, but yeah,
Okay, so I just probably got like the first 20 pages or something.
yeah, probably.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's good.
Are you gonna keep buying this $6 book?
Absolutely. I thought it was
it
a fun
big-
read. It's like very simple themes.
Are you like hooked on it, or is it like, oh, Jeff Lemire's doing Jeff Lemire, and you like that?
I think it's probably more like Jeff Lemire doing Jeff Lemire, but I always like what he's doing,
Sure.
And I'm interested to see where it goes. It's not like I'm going to go to you and be like, Daniel, this is fucking amazing. It's better than Black Hammer or anything like that, But
You will never.
if you like Jeff Lemire stuff, it's probably about the same level of like profoundness and weirdness as like Underwater Welder.
I think he's in his like Wes Anderson era, where he does Jeff Lemire, and he knows that people like that, and he'll just like continue to do that, regardless of like what someone that's like not on the Jeff Lemire train.
I think he's just trying to do.
He's doing him.
I think he's just trying to do Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips type stories, but it's just him
He wishes.
with like a little, but with like a little bit of like a twist for each one. Like they're not like strictly crime comics, but this is a crime comic with like a somewhat supernatural like twist.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I think that's what he's trying to do. And there's like a big passage at the end, which is why I compare him to Ed Brubaker, because Ed Brubaker tells him everybody about his life at like the end of his books,
Yeah. Do you subscribe to like his newsletter?
I should, but I don't.
It's like
It's free, right?
It's like the best one. Yeah, you just put your email in.
Yeah, I should.
It's like
I
pages,
subscribe.
and he just talks about. It's like basically what he would be tweeting about, but it's
Yeah.
just like in a newsletter.
I subscribe to Chips and Matt Rosenberg's, but I stopped reading Matt Rosenberg's.
Yeah, it's like he had one before Substack.
Who?
Ed Brubaker.
Oh yeah. He's always been a really awesome comics dude.
Yeah,
One of the best. Big advocate for it.
he's and he always like recommends stuff that he like is watching and shit.
Yeah,
and
which is cool. So Jeff
it-
Lemire does something similar
he's
to
got
this in the back.
some good taste.
Yeah. So Jeff Lemire does something similar at the back of this book, and he's like, here's, how this happened. I didn't think I was going to do it at all. And then he's talking about how he's working on the Essex show and just some of the weird stuff that happened in his life to be like, okay, I have to do this book now, So pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I also read Doom Patrol #4.
I did not.
Didn't like this one as much because it's a different artist, but I understand why.
Who is the artist?
David LaFuente, I believe.
I know him.
Yeah. He did one of the covers for Young Avengers.
Oh, okay.
I think it was LaFuente. But it makes sense because it's like a self-contained story, and I think Burnham's going to finish it out because it's only 7 issues. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. I just
Yeah, it
realized
says
that
on the
today.
front.
I know it says on the front, but I'm dumb.
It says 4 out of 7.
Yeah. That's what I noticed today. I was like, oh shit, there's only 7 because I've been liking it a lot. But it makes sense. I mean, it's basically just like a psychology. Like all of the Doom Patrol members talk to a psychologist.
So does this kind of feel like another one shot in a way? because they all feel like they're hardly connected.
It does feel that way.
It's
so
all
far
like
with
issues.
The first 3 books. Yeah,
It's all issues in
This
the
one-
Doom Patrol world.
this one feels that way as well. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's just like, I'm here for. You know,
Yeah.
I think with Doom Patrol, I'm just used to Gerard Way just having this
Big thing planned out.
long narrative kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this is cool. Like, I think that's probably very healthy for like a new series, especially from a team that's like maybe not been the most popular thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like you pick up a thing and it's all in one issue and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think this is still, it's definitely like my favorite Dawn of DC like book since
So
that like new initiative.
This issue is a little less action packed.
Definitely, but more introspective on some of the characters and stuff.
And that's like the best part.
And it kind of gives you like a history of some of these Doom Patrol characters,
Nice.
which is cool. Like there's some crazy Robot Man shit in there that I had no idea happened. Mm-hmm. So pretty cool.
Nice.
I read Night Terror's Batman and Night Terror's Green Lantern.
Okay.
I am delightfully surprised about a lot of these because I was very event fatigued.
Yeah.
I don't know what
as
did it
we
for
all
me.
are.
Yeah, I mean, every comic book person probably should be because tie-ins are rarely ever good, you know, and sometimes the main event's rarely ever good. So it's kind of hard. But I am enjoying these because it feels very artist-centric,
Yeah.
focused at least. So like a lot of these were really cool. The Batman one, it's Josh Williamson and Gillen March.
Yeah.
And I'm vaguely familiar with this stuff. I think he wrote and drew a book called Carmen or something, which I saw and I was like, looks interesting. But he's got some banger pages in this, in
Really?
the Batman one. So I was really enjoying that. And then the Green Lantern one was good up until like the very last page. Because the idea, do you know what the idea is? Did I tell you what that is?
Dead Man's and Batman.
Dead Man, that's just a thing that happens. But
No.
the idea
That's
is...
not the whole story?
No. Dead Man's and Batman. Night Terrors. The idea is that John Dee dies or something, and there's this new villain named Insomnia that puts everybody on Earth in like a deep slumber, and he's trying to find the Nightmare Stone, which is like a thing that Dr. Destiny had used against the Justice League.
Like the Ruby thing?
Yeah, the Ruby thing, the Nightmare Stone, and that's hidden in one of the heroes' like nightmares.
Oh,
And so he's
interesting.
trying to find like those.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. And so there's
Especially connecting the Sandman universe.
Yeah, and Sandman is coming back, and they did that
Yeah.
in this. Spoilers, but so the Green Lantern one I was enjoying because it's just like he gets turned back into a kid. He's like going to his dad's funeral because he crash landed in like the plane or whatever, and his dad like comes out of the coffin and shit. It's like chasing after him,
Oh.
and I was like, okay, this is cool. And at the very end, it's like boom, parallax, and I was like, fuck, like it's so obvious that you do parallax, you know. And so I'm just like, ugh. I liked the creative route that they were taking.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're like Green Lantern, he's scared of something, you just do parallax.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little disappointed they are doing that because it just seems like a layup and the obvious choice.
Yeah.
But, whatever. What else did I read?
So are the spin-offs like basically like individual nightmares?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's also interesting because there's some heroes that don't sleep, like Red Tornado. You know? And so he's out like trying to save people, like catch planes or whatever that were in the sky.
Nice.
Zatanna and like some of the magic users are able to like fend off like that spell. So there's like, it's interesting because the Trinity and like some of the main people that you'd normally see are fighting themselves in like nightmares, but there's still people that like don't go to sleep. And so they're out trying to defend Earth.
Huh.
Pretty cool. I'm liking it so far. So I'll let you know how it lands.
Yeah, I got the first one, but I don't have like the
First Blood or whatever.
Yeah, I don't have First Blood. So I'll need to
Basically, First Blood is Dad Man and goes in Batman. That's all you really need to know, I think.
Okay, so just read the first one.
You could probably read the first one and be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're making it seem like it was essential. I'm like, yeah, probably.
Like there's a lot that like happens in it, and then number one just picks up where like First Blood leaves off, and so Dead Man's in Batman.
Okay.
So I would see how someone would get confused reading the first one, being like, when the fuck did this happen? What's going on? Kind of deal. But
Yeah.
it's probably not that big of a deal.
I like the covers on these. They're very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Did you ever read Weird Work?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very difficult to read.
Really?
I love Shaky Kane's work in it.
Yeah.
But there's too much dialogue and too much like of them trying to establish whatever is going on in this.
Yeah.
Because it's very weird.
But the art was good.
I love Shaky Kane. So at one point,
I'm so happy to hear you say that for some reason.
I don't know. He does good work.
You love Shaky Kane, artist of The Beef?
Of The Beef. Yeah. A book that I still think about. And it has turned on me.
Like 3 months
weird
later.
psychological thing. Like I think the beef is within me.
We are the beef.
We are the beef. But yeah, his work was like really good in it. That was the only like interesting thing in the book. I hated whoever wrote it.
Okay, so
but
maybe flip through weird
and
work.
I hate whoever wrote this because it's complicated and not
just can't get a break, dude.
He can, dude. Get him on fucking Thor or something. You know,
he needs to
get him on Batman.
Do some sort of like, I don't know, like cosmic noir kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like where he's drawing some aliens or something.
Because this one's like a noir and there's like weird creatures in it. I just like don't care about the story again.
Dang.
But I like his stuff. So I was just, at one point I was like, this is not for me. And so I just like flipped through the art and I was like, God, he's so good.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
No, I mean, like I got to the end,
but I didn't read
it. So
Okay.
yeah, I did read it. I can lend it to you. I think I was reading it like late at night, and so I was just like, I don't have the mental capacity for it, but I'm not going to go back.
I might be able to muscle through it.
Okay, I'll lend it to you.
Cool.
But that's all I read.
Okay.
Oh, I read Green Arrow as well, but that's just okay. So
Did you watch Psalm 100?
yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah, pretty good so far.
Still,
Pretty faithful to
I think
comics.
Yeah, he hasn't found like his buddy yet, but like this next episode he probably will, and then it'll be then they'll get to the stuff past where we read.
Yeah, because I saw the intro or the outro or whatever it was, and there's a bunch of characters that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah,
and it's kind of spoilery because it's like the girl and him, they're like friends, it seems like in the show, because basically that's what I've seen in the intro, and so I'm like, oh, I didn't figure.
They like team up, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that they would, but yeah, I mean, so far it's like pretty 1-to-1 to the manga, which I'm sure is how a lot of the animes go.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it. I think it's pretty cool. There's like some of the extra context in there, like how she put the GoPro on the bike or whatever, and that's how she knows a big truck's coming. I thought that was a pretty cool sequence.
That's smart, yeah.
And I liked when she pulls him out of the way of danger. Like there's a cool like camera pan sequence that was really fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Definitely. I watched Ex Machina.
Cool.
Have you ever seen that?
No,
Very good.
that's what I hear. I have the trade
You have the trade for Ex Machina?
on my bookshelf. Yeah, I haven't read it though.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
That could be one of the things that we read, things people don't know about comics.
Oh my God.
No, I read it. What are we, there's so many of those. You know, like what are we gonna do? Atomic Blonde.
Okay, no. First one we need to do is the mask.
Yeah,
That's important. We gotta do that.
I think. We should ask if people know that's from a comic book.
No one knows from a comic book.
I don't know. People might.
Serena told me, she's like, oh, I watched The Mask for some reason. Like she had it. I think she watched it on the plane or something. I'm like, oh, that's a comic. She's like, what?
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. But
So
yeah,
we have
The Mask for sure.
We have Red, Retired, Extremely Dangerous.
Okay, I do want to read that.
We have The Mask, 300,
Ooh, yeah.
Ex Machina,
Okay.
Wanted. Apparently, Men in Black was a comic.
Yeah.
Snowpiercer,
Yep.
Oblivion.
What?
I think it was like a Matt Damon movie or something. And I like looked. I
That's
looked
like
up
2
these
months,
things.
Daniel.
I know.
Is it a month with 7 weeks?
I have options, Nathan. I
Okay.
have options for us.
Okay.
So, what did we mention earlier? Oh, Wanted, right?
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wanted. Yeah, as well is another one.
Anyway, yeah. For some reason, Sarah was just like, want to watch a movie. We almost watched Evil Dead Rise, but then I just hovered over the poster for Ex Machina. I'm like, you want to watch this? She's like, sure. I'm like,
Did you tell her immediately it was because this is a Brian K. Vaughan comic?
no. I was like,
Okay.
are you sure? She's like, yeah. I'm like, do you want to watch the trailer? She's like, I'm good. So we just watched
Wow.
it, and I'm like, and it was really good. She liked it too. I'm like, all right, good,
Cool.
sweet. I think it was one of like the first like A24 movies. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it shows
I didn't-
A24. I like totally forgot that it was one.
I didn't know that. I thought they were like, they just like popped up for me in like 2015. You know,
Yeah,
so
like this is like pre like Hereditary,
Yeah.
pre like Spring Breakers, you know, whatever early A24 thing you remember.
Spring Breakers like 2018, wasn't it?
I don't know, but it felt like not that long ago.
Okay.
It's got Oscar Isaac in it. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very good.
Oh, 2013. Spring Breakers. Never mind.
Okay. So yeah, very good. Recommend it. I'm not gonna really talk about it because I don't think I could explain it very well. I know you'll watch it eventually, especially if you maybe read the comic or.
Daniel, I have a lot of time on my hands. What should I watch? Give me one movie. One movie for the week. I'll commit to that.
Can I think about it?
Sure. Just text me, I guess.
Now I'll give you something on the pod to make you accountable. What do you want to watch?
I don't know, anything.
You watch.
I watched a video essay today. It was an hour and 40 minutes long, and I was like, I should have just watched the movie. But it was a really good video essay. It's from a channel called Defunct Land. I don't really know what their channel's about. I think it's just like shitting on Disney. But I recommend.
What was the video on?
It was a video essay that like I've seen multiple people on like TikTok show their reaction to like them watching it, or like. So it's I gotta look at the title. It's a good title. Hold on.
Okay.
Disney's Fast Pass: A Complicated History.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's awesome. Like better produced than most movies, most documentaries even. And it's just like a really well researched and very high understanding of like logistics and operations of what initially was trying to get people to enjoy Disneyland more, but then very much turned into a big cash grab and a big like classist type thing. And there's like some conspiracy in there. It's really well made. So I don't know if you like video essays, it's like, it's got like 17 million views for a video that's an hour and 42 minutes. So if that's a testament to how good you think it is, I thought it was pretty good. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it, and I think it'd be cool to do video essays for comics. But
I mean, that's kind of like what we do, don't we?
Yeah, in a way. Anyway, what were you?
No, I'm gonna.
Recommend a movie.
I'm gonna sit here for a second. If it's got to be like one thing, I'm sure like, because I feel like you kind of watch stuff as long as it's not like horror, you know.
It could be a horror movie. I'll just watch it by myself.
Yeah. Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Okay, that's good.
You gotta watch that.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
I was like, there's definitely something that's like kind of actiony that he has missed.
Yep, I do want to watch that, so it's good.
Good. I'll have another one for you next week.
Okay, cool. Yeah, think about it.
So Ex Machina, real good. Watch that at some point. Did you watch My Adventures with Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all caught up now.
It's so good.
I think it's funny that Jor-El like speaks Spanish. Did you notice that whenever he's like talking, it's like.
Was Jor-El even in this episode?
No, it's the second episode.
Oh, second episode, yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, is he speaking Spanish? They're like Kryptonian language. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I caught a couple of words there. What is this foreign language?
Yeah. Episode 3, really good. I really enjoy this. It feels so good to have a Superman property that got it right, you know?
It's nice. I don't know if it's like got it right.
To me, this is like, what I want to see.
It's fun and I like it, but it's like you can't say like you expected a lot of the stuff that was in this. Like they're doing very new things and very different things with Superman.
Yeah, and I like it.
Yeah.
If the new Superman movie has even a fraction of the genuineness of this, it'll be really good, you know? Sure. And so I've really been enjoying that, and it's like I know that like Superman and Lois Lane are gonna like get together, but God, I love the chase, you know, or whatever. It's not even like a chase. Yeah, it's not even a chase because he's very like humble and he's like, oh, and they like blush all the time. Yeah, there's that one scene where he's like about to take her off on flight and he like pulls her in like from the hips, and I was like, wow. Yeah, I was like, whoa, jeez,
steamy in here.
I get the handkerchief or whatever, but tap it on my head.
Turn the AC. So this one, he has like his heat vision, which is cool to see.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought he was developing his X-ray vision powers.
I didn't realize he wasn't using it. Yeah, necessarily. And then he's been having like some visions and stuff. Mm-hmm. I guess like the technology that those kids were using is like Kryptonian in some sort. Yeah, it's cool. I like these like all these like no-name villains that we're getting.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah, because it just feels like just like random anime villains.
It's hilarious to me that like he's holding Lois Lane. Mm-hmm. Right, and his only secret identity was like no glasses and his hair is like a little spiked.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's
you've got to be kidding me.
It's very hard to get past that.
And then he puts his glasses back on. He's like, oh, hey, Clark.
Oh, yeah, I know. She's like, I just talked to Superman. It was crazy.
I burst out laughing every single time. It's ridiculous.
I think there's a way to do it right, and they haven't so far. Like the only time I've ever thought this was ever like a believable disguise, I think it was Quietly that did it, but like
he hunches over?
They hunch him over, they give him like a double chin, and then like, yeah, sure, you could fuck up the hair, get on glasses, and I think that's believable enough to be like, if you're right next to that guy versus Superman, they would seem totally different.
Yeah.
But there's an unbelievable jawline.
Yeah.
Doesn't even change his voice, really.
Yeah.
He does like a little bit more stoicism stank on there. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
he deepens it a little bit.
So, and you're supposed to be like this crazy reporter, you know? So that's the only thing that I couldn't quite get. But it feels like we just read Superman Space Age, and so it feels like there's like a little bit of that going on.
Yeah, like the kind of like the build up, you know,
like
and
Lois Lane interviews Superman, and he's like, I don't know who I am, what I'm doing.
Yeah, that was fun. Going back to like the second episode,
yeah,
I like how like he gets like his suit, and then his mom is like, it's missing something, and he like gives him the trunks or whatever.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It's like, your mom gave you underwear.
Yeah, I think that was awesome. It was great.
And then did you notice that like Slade Wilson was like in it?
No.
Like that blonde kid that was like fighting that one girl with the robots, and then at the end they're like interviewing her, and and then what's her name? The
Lois.
Suicide Squad.
Amanda
Waller was like behind him. That was like it was like a young like Slade Wilson, like that blonde kid.
Yeah.
And what I thought was really funny is like he was voiced by the same voice actor who plays like Jerry in Rick and Morty. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did not notice that, but you've ruined it for me.
I know.
Next time he shows up, I'm going to be like, that's just Jerry.
I ruined it for myself. Don't worry.
Well, thank you. You ruined it for our listeners as well.
But now that you know that, you'll be like surprised that you didn't notice it before, because it peeks through.
You just shattered the glass.
Yeah. Because this is like a 50-year-old man who's playing like this 20-year-old kid, you know, and is also
an assassin.
He's also Deathstroke. You know?
That's crazy.
That was not on my 2023 bingo card. Did you watch Secret Invasion?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep talking about this? Or?
Not really.
All right, maybe
it's fine. I mean, I liked this episode.
It's short,
but I couldn't tell you what happened.
We were fooled, Nathan.
Don Cheadle,
because guy is not dead.
Don Cheadle Skrull.
She was Super Skrull, and yes, you were right, Nathan. Don Cheadle was.
It was obvious. You said no, but it was obvious.
Well, like but it's not like he was a Skrull the whole time. Like
in the show,
maybe in the show, yes, he was the whole time, but not like all of Marvel.
No, it wasn't a surprise. I was like, okay, now they're doing it.
One thing I noticed.
Wait, what did you say before that?
Gaia, Emilia Clarke's character.
Yeah. Oh, she's alive.
She's like alive. She
fuck
like
is that, right?
She made herself a Super Skrull before she went and got shot.
Oh yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Very lucky.
That's why it felt so dumb last episode.
Probably because it wasn't real.
But they should have built it up more, because it just felt dumb at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels better when she's alive again.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't understand her, like that character. You know,
Gaia.
Yeah, I don't know what she wants. Like I don't know her like motivations.
I think she has just spent a lot of time working for Gravik. But she wants to help her dad, but she won't commit to either side.
But she like also like kind of fucking hates her dad. Like she like is fighting with him like every episode, it feels like.
Yeah, I don't know what her deal is. I don't know what Nick Fury's wife's deal is.
So I guess
she is Skrull.
She is Skrull.
He's known that.
Yes. But he didn't know that she was aligned with Gravik.
Got it.
And I think, I don't know if that happened like prior to them like, you know, having a thing or during.
Are they not a thing anymore because they almost shot each other?
Yeah, because she was tasked with killing him.
Oh. And he knew that she was going to kill her, but then they didn't. I did like that line where he's like, I don't know if this means that we should get, remarried or get a divorce.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good line. But, and then Talos died, and I'm like, okay, there's another person just dying so that Nick Fury can get his shit together.
Yeah, I was like, how many people... Like,
everybody's dead.
We're running out of people to kill.
No one else can die. Like, no one else is going to die.
I feel like there's been deaths like every episode.
Gravik's going to die next. That's it.
Yeah.
So
he's a Super Skrull. He has some group powers.
That was cool.
I was like, oh, that's not what I expected.
Yeah. And then it was funny when they were like in that big firefight or whatever, and then they see a scroll and they're like, oh my God. And then Nick's like, no, he's with me. And they're like, oh shit, okay. And then they just like went back to it.
He's like, all right.
Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, everyone was just very, very chill with that.
But yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to keep talking about it.
We'll just talk about the last episode when that comes out.
There's only 6 episodes, right?
How many have been out? 4?
4.
I don't want to talk about next week. Okay. Unless some crazy shit happens.
Is Sophie watching it?
No.
Okay, then we won't talk about next week.
We watched the first episode and then we like got back from doing something and we started watching the second episode and she fell asleep and she was like, you just keep watching it. And I was like, okay.
It's weird how that'll just happen, you know? I watched like the first episode of something. Oh, it was like Paper Girls. And they're like, you can have this one. Like,
that's how you know.
Yeah, like
it's not a good comic book thing.
That knows you're watching some shit.
Yeah, it's a good litmus test for like if something's actually a good comic book adaptation.
How much our significant others like it?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what are we reading next week, Nathan? What are we gonna read next week?
Oh, I also watched a bunch of Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, really?
This week.
Did you start at the beginning?
Yeah.
Nice.
And like that Mr. Freeze episode that everybody likes.
Is that first season?
That's episode 4.
Is it really?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, top tier.
And like Mark Hamill Joker, what's her face?
Can't get enough.
Harley. Hold on.
I don't know the voice.
Tara Strong.
Oh, is that her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Great voice acting and stuff. And God, the score goes so fucking hard, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It'll just be like a weird transition.
Is it like Danny Elfman or something?
Danny Elfman does the theme, but he doesn't do the main show. But the orchestral parts just randomly in the show, I'm like, holy shit.
It's fucking hard.
I'm knocked on my ass every time. It's crazy. But it's very good. I like it.
I actually like...
It's a good comfort show.
That like Harley Quinn is like actually very annoying to me.
She's not annoying in the beginning. I thought she was going to be.
Okay.
But she's...
Maybe it's like later.
I think they turn it up like later.
Yeah, like her in that. Like, yeah, it's representative of that character, but it's just like... Maybe I just don't like that character that much.
Yeah.
And then also like the voice actor in like the Arkham games is like...
Same one.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like would rather go
They dial it up to 11 for those.
I'd rather go deaf. Sure. Like...
Good stuff. But anyway, what are we reading next week?
We're going to read Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Reborn, Nathan.
Volume 1 by Sophie Campbell.
Yeah.
For the movie.
For the movie.
Movie's coming out.
Mutant Mayhem.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
So that should be pretty good. And this is the one with Jenica in it.
Yes.
The 5th turtle. Mm-hmm. The 5th beetle.
Ooh. Brian Epstein?
Yes, exactly.
Is it Brian Epstein?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
But should be a good time. So that's what we're going to read next week.
Woo!
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Shoot us an email. Give us some recommendations. What's a comic book adaptation that people don't know about? That people know about but don't know it's a comic book adaptation?
Yeah.
tradewaiterspod@gmail.com.
We got everything in our link tree. Like, comment, subscribe, stuff like that.
Give us a follow. 5 stars as well. That'd be cool.
5 stars, you know.
And that's it. Later.
All right, bye.